Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for hanging out. This week is going to be Tech Deck week. We're talking all things Tech Deck, from the $3 boards to the $70 boards to the Pro Series grind packs to the hand boards. If it's Tech Deck, we're talking about it. Now, when you think Tech Decks, you're typically thinking about a plastic board that costs $3 to $4, but we're not necessarily thinking about a Pro Fingerboard that costs anywhere between $60 and $80. Now, I will say, lately Tech Deck has really been stepping up their game, especially when it comes to their Pro Series boards and their obstacles. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Daily Grind Pack by Tech Deck. This thing ranges anywhere between $50 to $9. I got it for $9 at Ross. Shout out Ross. We want to know, is it worth it? For $9, is it worth it for $50? And that's not to say we're not going to be doing a video on these boards, because these boards range between $50 to $70. If you want to see videos on the Pro Series Pro boards, let me know in the comments below. We're also going to do some videos on the new Tech Deck hand boards. All things Tech Deck, we're going to be talking about it. And just for full transparency, Tech Deck sent me none of this stuff. This is not a sponsored video. Everything here is bought with my own money, the full $9.99. Definitely paid full price for these boards, and I'm hoping that at very least this one's worth the money. This one, a bit of buyer's remorse. This is definitely an on-sale product. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not sponsored by Tech Deck. I'm not a team rider for Tech Deck, so I'm going to be as honest as possible. If you haven't seen the video on this first one, definitely check it out. I'll link it in the description below. There was tons of controversy when this thing came out. Honestly, not rated cop worthy. This is definitely not a $60 board. I'm hoping Tech Deck made some real changes to version 2 to where it matches the price point they're asking. But yeah, this is going to be a totally honest review of the Tech Deck Pro Series stuff, and to see if it's worth it, to see if it's really gear built for pros. So in the box, we have a metal grind rail, a wood fun box, and a jersey barrier. Let's just dive right in. At first glance, presentation, nice job, Spin Master. You got the barrier, you got the box. Is that plastic? That is plastic. Those are plastic bricks. And then you got the grind rail, which is like an oil spill stain or something like that. That's interesting. I think I much rather would have had just like a silver rail, but fuck those guys. So I like the length of the rail, because I like that it's kind of small. It kind of just fits in your pocket, and you can just throw it in the glove box, keep it in the car. As like an on-the-go rail. I don't know if I necessarily care for the oil slick thing going on with the rail. I kind of would have preferred just like a silver rail. Maybe that's just me, but I do like that it's branded Tech Deck right on the little feet there. Come to think about it, I wish the feet were a little more wide. I feel like when we sesh this, I feel like this is gonna fall over. Now we got the wooden box, and right off the bat, again, I like the size. I like that these things are like legit big enough to sesh, but also big enough to just kind of fit in your pocket, or I should say small enough to fit in your pocket, fit in the glove box, and just kind of take with you. I don't mind the size. I don't mind that it's kind of low. I prefer like a small loaf. That sounds kind of fucked up, but I prefer a smaller ledge, so this is nice. I did not expect the bricks to be plastic. I think you're still gonna get that nice brick sound when you're grinding on it, but Tech Deck, you shouldn't have skipped on the bricks. I think we could have squeezed some actual bricks into the budget. Again, they went with like these rubber pads on the bottom as opposed to like grip, like typical grip stuff. So I hope this doesn't slide around when we're seshing it, but overall, a fan of the length, a fan of the box, and just, I don't know how I feel about the bricks. So interested to see how the bricks perform. Last but not least, we got the Tech Deck jersey barrier. I do like the fact that you can connect them. So if you get more than one, you can like connect them together. So that's kind of sick. And I do like the size. Overall, again, I like the size. A lot of companies make barriers. A lot of companies get the sizing wrong. This actually feels pretty nice. I like that they kind of gave you that lip so you can kind of crash into it and do some wallies. But talking about wallies, I don't think that this thing is going to stay right side up. You can tell they definitely weighted it. I don't know what it's made of. This is definitely not concrete. Yeah, this is definitely not concrete. This is like a textured plastic maybe, but I don't know. I don't think this is going to stay up. I'll be honest with you. Maybe grinds and stuff, but when you typically sesh barriers, you typically go for the wallies or the wall rides, and I don't know. I really don't know if this is going to stay up. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. We're going to see how the barrier performs, and if it can stand a wally. We're going to see how these bricks perform, and if they give us that iconic brick sound when you're grinding on it. And we're definitely going to try out the rail. I hope this thing doesn't fall over, because this thing actually looks sick. My final thoughts on the Daily Grind Tech Deck Pro Series pack. that comes with the rail, wooden box, and the barrier. This is definitely a cool piece to have in your collection, especially if you're a tech deck collector. Again, I got it for $9 at Ross. Definitely worth the $9. I don't know if I would have paid full price for this, to be totally honest with you. I just feel like there's so many options out there for fingerboard obstacles, and you could have gotten a lot more quality bang for your buck. This is cool. This is definitely a step in the right direction. I really like that Tech Deck and Spin Master are really trying to push Tech Deck to be a more like a built for pros and stuff like that. I get it. I really get it. I like the Pro Series. I just feel like there could have been a little bit more attention to detail. Like if you really want to make it a Pro Series, really push this in the future. Again, little small stuff. Make the feet wider. Should have been real bricks. Possibly could have been real Crete. And I get it. There's going to be people that say you can't ship real Crete, yada yada. The weight's going to be. They could have figured it out. As big as a company as Tech Deck is, they could have figured it out. I'm interested to see the Daily Grind Pack 2.0 that comes with the iconic red bench redesigned. We're going to be looking at that later this week. We also got some of the Pro Series boards that came out. This one came out last year. This is version 1. This is version 2. I'm curious to see if they made some real upgrades to version 2, because if you haven't seen my video on version 1, go check it out. I'll link it in the description below. But yeah, I definitely not a $60 board in here, but you know, hey, maybe they got some improvements going. And lastly, we're definitely going to be talking about the new handboards, because these are actually super sick. I don't want to give away too much of that video before the price. This is definitely bang for your buck. This is super sick. So these videos all coming out. Shout out Tech Deck. If you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. If you like daily fingerboard content, definitely like, comment, subscribe, share the channel with a friend. Thanks so much. I will see you later this week for the continuance of Tech Deck Week.